The story of the founding of the Catholic Church in Fiji is one of great trial, setbacks and disappointments, but one nevertheless that was from the beginning filled with much hope and promise amid struggle and suffering. The first recorded arrival of Catholic missionaries in Fiji was in June 1842 by Bishop Bataillon. Not having missionaries to spare, it wasn't until 2 years later, on August the 1st, 1844, that Bishop Bataillon sailed into Fiji waters with the first band of Marist missionaries. The Wesleyans had preceded the Catholics by 9 years, so naturally there was a lot of resentment with the new arrivals. The first recorded Mass, however, was offered on the island of Namuka, where the first missionaries had gone in search of a catechist, Mosese Monatavai. Eventually settling on Lakeba, the early Marists were subjected to much suffering. They were not welcomed by the people. Their presence was resented by the Wesleyans, and they were barely tolerated. They were overcome by illness, loneliness, and the eventual death of Brother Ane, who died of sickness.
Mani tau kisi whina katale ka mai bulu koto ina koto ina whara nimuko. E nan duru na ngani waso mundur sa mani biukira me whakara ni mutu inde itu indora katakata ni tai. Indora kaulo tu indora wano yao saralang mai kia ni bitana buvale. Ka mai katakata ni tona na te whakatana rara mandora ngana bu.
Despite these setbacks and disappointments, the early missionaries persevered. With very few converts to show for their efforts, the Marists maintained a quiet presence on Lakeba amidst poverty, hunger and pain. It was no coincidence that the early missionaries dedicated the Lakeba mission to Our Lady of the Seven Sorrows. The Lakeba mission was eventually closed in 1855, but with periodic visits from the priests now stationed in Overlau made to the few Catholics who remained. A 111 years later, the Lakeba mission was reopened in 1966 and placed under the patronage of Saint Martin de Porres, a Peruvian saint who was a Dominican lay brother. A piece of land overlooking the chiefly village of Tumbo was given to build the first church, and this was blessed and opened on August the 1st, 1972. Apart from visiting priests from Suva who visit Lakeba, principally on the two major feasts of Easter and Christmas, to celebrate Mass, perform baptism, and visit the small Catholic community, lay catechists play a very important role in keeping the community together. Today, the Catholic community of less than 100 families from the villages of Tumbo, Wadiwadi, Waitambu, Yandrana, and Nasangalau continue to meet and pray together. Under the leadership of 3 catechists, the faith is sustained and lived out through communion services each Sunday and on the first Sunday of each month when the entire community gathers at the parish centre.
Temandau bulan dono vale vesle. Ertu vesle kede ni tu vale. Kau ya undu na matai ni siu ni vale me mai lutu na lutu katolika na nungu saliu mai. Kau na tuna vale ni nona Roma na kuluviau. nungu tumbutak mai o suka na koni vule na primary school na watanga ni kalasion ni ochini usanda ulago chung na Sunday school singatambo usanda bakavia mu usanda ulago chung na kina Sunday school na ngon vingra vini va hultito
da benda bedondo to e tangita ne longo na vinga na sawo chi ndo tawo tuno brongo ora rogo tondo mani vital no ana vende ndavaki e go salala to da bedondo to kana nguturana tambarana kulo endona karen dole sunu go fana na do na jing ne ngontor ngatunya ora tumare me jing tagna kunongo e wanda mbede ke nono pandut jinanga ninda u shafa gitu ye jing tagin dona fonua sa sinta bona gero sabakana viene da unde bimbune kan itu sa sinta bona gero na rarama.
Once a month, the parish pastoral council is convened and the life of the parish is discussed and decisions made to ensure that the life of the community is sustained. The sick and the homebound are not forgotten. They are visited and Holy Communion is brought to them. A good many of the parishioners are converts. They see in the Eucharist a source of strength and joy.
Ungai vuki nga kina katolika ni usale wakawati kina katolika. Sangke le vuki kina. Ya sama niya yang ule ni wale usa di tunga ngubo mbuta na katolika. Sabang mbuta tunga katolika mega wanyu sana wakati ngwenda buru-buru. Yo tabuki ngama ina umesini tu sa tabuki ngama ina ntondomo.
Yeah.
May pagkuliya una kilisi. May naman pala sa rangan. Tumiki na sa eu wasile tumai ongo metabuki ngano na lutu katolika ngo matavali siang tali ondo la kana ngo yanu siangan le vesa utuelongo mulai ndo la vangande erndo kawe ya wangu lutu sianga au sianga ni vesa injina ni ndo le lutu ngana ondra lutu ni kila ni sianga kina lutu iya au le lutu ngana ondra lutu sianga ni vesa elongo.
A lot of Catholic families live at Nasangalau village. They pray their rosary together as a community. The villagers have spent years trying to build their church despite many setbacks. One of the greatest resources of this small community lie in their youth.
Liu ki mami pamuri tu ngo na masu na mataka masu na kapi na ngone ni lotu ko ki mami sa so tu me ki ngo kene pa jinjin na me ki mami sa mai warita ka ni sa bulan ni mami pa mbo tu dona ni mami wal soro satu na ki mami na kena na ya lombele ni sa tu bulo tu ki mami na kena pa mbo ki sa kata kan sambole tu ki na kena sa si mani ki na kena tendre ki mami na.
Conscious of the need to assert their identity as Catholics, the young people meet each Sunday to pray and reflect on Scripture, using the 7 steps of the small Christian communities.
What keeps faith alive in Lakeba?
Ito sa tarong ayang uniturang Eucharistia, kaya total may pagkangani ka dambi Lakeba lutu. Kena pakambau taka chive keto na Eucharistia mbula, kena masu, kena sokolo, ave hulindo wala membala taka ni lotu, kena keto atambangoni.
How is faith lived?
How is faith lived? Matay nga baptizo, kominyo kurasa karamenda kita duru mana itu na lotu.
Naka, ndo avata kile bondo valanta chuvir na ngona ni maswe. Ondo niketondo mas ndo vai dorindo aka ndo tukuni bia mo masu, au sen ndo mando amo vola salin kuruse. Ondo vore tikina chuvini lut katolik. Kena karuanga ondo ndarchu nongo roserio nongo bakatao. Quando vou na china ndo vata kile chuvir ni lut katolik.
Wambota juga turanga manturang Yesus Kristo merani nambula takina kina ona wata ulit iketa merani kita namuri chukina ona warau tamandana tasa waro durmaniana ona niana warota kimi ketarin nabakila teranga kit memeta mongon nona rarawat turanga merani kema merani nabakila batakiko.
For quite a long time, my spiritual life was just not on the right track. And then I started having personal problems. Things started affecting me. Then losing my mom made it really hard. So going back to church was not the same for me. And not only for me, for my family too. But then something happened last Christmas when I met Father, and I'm so thankful for him coming. He was able to take time out, and I think I needed it. And then he slowly took me around and followed him to other villages, and slowly I started feeling the grace of God again and wanting. I stopped fighting the urge not to go to church or coming up with excuses. And before he came, I was always finding an excuse. Or it's on us. It's very hot. It's 10 o'clock. And I would say, oh no, I need to cook lunch. But that was all just excuses just not to go to Mass. And then we started with the SEC again. And then I tried so hard this time, and with the support and knowing that I had started SEC with people who were actually finding their way back, made it much easier for me, because then I started to realize I was not the only one who was lost. There's other people there that's lost that can help me also find my way back.
In his Easter sermon 227, St. Augustine exhorts, "If we receive the Eucharist worthily, we become what we receive." The small Catholic community on the island of Lakeba understands this truth in a very profound way. In fact, their longing and yearning for the Eucharist, however intermittent, is what sustains them each day. It is this longing and desire that keeps their faith alive, despite being without a resident priest to offer the daily sacrifice of the Mass. In a sense, it is the deep suffering, poverty and hunger of the early Maoist missionaries that laid the foundation for a community that till this day remains strong. Strong in faith and built on love.